Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Happy friggin' Monday. And welcome to Wickin It and Kickin' It. It is that time where we come together, and once I hit that button, the day just kind of shifts gears and it just becomes awesome, man. Not to say that like every Monday isn't awesome. Some are better than others, but like once we hit this point, man, it's it's just freaking fantastic. We had to start a little bit late today. I wanted to make sure everything was set up. It was a good thing that I did because last second, all of a sudden, I went to open up the the software for the camera, and it was like something like uh well, dangle clack. Basically, it was like serial number not found. So we had to like disconnect, reconnect. I wanted to make sure that my son was all set up and like he didn't want anything else to eat before we started. He's chilling in his room doing his thing. And we're going to hang out for a couple hours because that's what we do. The community comes together and all my friends come to support me and I freaking appreciate the hell out of you guys for it. Not only that, but like you guys have been keeping me super busy. Shout out to you guys for all of that. I want to get right into seeing who is here tonight. Because you guys have been um lighting the chat up already. And like Furferstrode, I saw he literally commented seconds after I posted this thing. Like the timer started ticking. He says, "Oh, we doing the damn thing. Awesome, let's do the thing. Yeah, we doing it." J Money Landshark says hello, welcome, welcome, and hello. Mao says, "Let's get it. Let's get it indeed, Mao." Ben says, "Yo yo, motherfucking wicked and kicking it." Or mother trucking. My mistake. I misread that. Patrick, dude, math stands for mental abuse to humans. MAT, dude, I like that, dude. I never heard that before. Uh, so is that yeah? I addressed this before. He says, so is that a photo or AI, or am I wasting my time trying to read the band shirts? And let's see. So every week I open up Copilot and I just ask it to portray an image that it thinks represents or create an image that they think portrays what a show called Wicking It and Kicking It would look like. And every week it gives me something completely different. Uh, Sometimes it gives me like this weird, like post-apocalyptic dystopian like video game type of freaking images. Sometimes it gives me, and I can add prompts to it afterwards to perfect it. And today I was like, put some punk rockers in a mosh pit. It refuses to spell wicking it and kicking it wrong. It did it once like a few weeks ago, but now it keeps on wanting to say kicking it and kicking it. But yeah, that was AI, and I felt like it just fit the vibe today. You know what I mean? And right on cue, like Grim Green is actually here tonight. Says shirts off in the pit. Yeah, shirts off in the pit. Looks like they all got shirts on though. Welcome, Grim. Glad you're able to make it tonight. Patrick says I'll catch the next one, guys, but I'm glad he decided to stay. Patrick, I hope you're having a kick-ass night, dude. I really do. And I know you had messaged me some some really wholesome stuff over the weekend, and I really appreciate it. I really needed that pick me up today. Um, Jason Vape says, "Holy cheat!" Um, um, who else we got? Who else we got? Everybody saying hello to everybody else. Ronnie is here, evening all, listening on the way home. Ronnie, I hope you make it home safe, my man. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you guys are always here every week. Um, Patrick says, okay, fine. I checked back, and since my name was the only one with a exclamation mark from Jason, I'll stay. Hell yeah, dude. He said, try not to yell. I'm fragile. He says, I got you, homie. Um, Bow with the bow, banana, ooga chooga, let's go. I can't read that, but I in my head, I can hear it, but my mouth doesn't want to cooperate. Jason says, "Well, we had a wild grim green before the mosh pit swallowed him." Yeah, I don't know if he's still here or not. Um, we'll see. I mean, it takes me a few minutes to get caught up with chat in the beginning, so we'll see. LT needs some kicking. LT, we got some kicking for you. Happy Monday. Good evening. Um, you're hired. So, Jesus, babes. Paul Cole is here. Says, do it. I know he's keeping it cloudy. Patrick's asking if Sacred Seal gives anyone else cottonmouth. That's interesting. I know. I think a couple people have mentioned to me that like it's kind of like syrupy almost, like really, really thick and syrupy. And I can see something like that over time drying you out. But LT says, vapes, Jason Vapes, so glad I got fired this morning. Wait, you did? No, that's wild. I don't know if that's a joke or what. Paul, that makes my mouth water, says Paul Cole. Arnie is here. He's kicking it. Just Josh, Cottonmouth, is that a thing? Think I suffer with it. Yeah, I know a lot of people have some history with Cottonmouth. I know I did in the past, the old shed time days. Um, Steve-O and Orange looking fly. My thanks, man. Yeah, I I literally um just have like a freaking drawer full of just plain t-shirts in every color, and I just switch them up. Uh, I haven't broken out the orange one in a while. Good morning, first timer here. Yeah, I thought you might. I think I've seen you around other places, and that's why I wasn't 100% sure. But Josh, welcome. Glad you were able to make it. We have a good time here. I hope you enjoy yourself. I really appreciate you coming to check out the stream, and have some fun, my dude. Have some fun. Um, it's freaking right on, dude. Patrick says, "Oh, it's a thing, but I smoke Chiba too." Yeah, was just a general inquiry. Steve-O and Orange is kind of a snack, to be honest, says J Money. Yeah. What are some orange snacks that you can think of, like Cheez-Its or something? Cheez-Its. All cheese comes to the top of my head. Cheesy Pops. My Cheesy Pops. V8 says yo V8. Good to see you, my dude. We be jamming. Yeah, and I hope you like jamming too. Dicky Mo, yo y'all. Dicky Mo, happy Monday, sir. Arnie says kicking the thing. Patrick saying hello to Dicky. Friggin' Dicky Mo. Hell yeah. QHB. QHB, hope you're doing well. Was it last week? I think you said you fell asleep and you slept forever. Glad you were able to make it. Hope you're well rested up, QHB. I know I seen you in another chat somewhere, and sometimes you just got to get that rest. You know what I mean? That's what happened. I do that constantly. I push myself until I burn out, like at least like once every other week or so, and then it all catches up to me, and I got to sleep it off. Yo, fucking yo, says Earn, my dude. What is up, dude? Loving the OG ether with the skeleton key, says Paul Cole. Vaping amazingly, 0.28, 40 watts, and then a bunch of max guys. That's a good start right there. Let me know what you guys are vaping on. What what tasty things are you enjoying today? Whether it's a beverage, obviously a liquid, your favorite liquid. Got any JMW or FDH or Malmix or any Timmy stuff in your rotation? Let me know. Of course, everything on this channel brought to you by JMW Premium, because that's me and Dan. We are actually discussing some upgrades in the near future, so stay tuned for those. If you guys don't know what JMW Premium is all about, you can Facebook search that, so you can get in the know. But mostly, we just hang out here, man. Uh, let's see. The reload is bussin' on this Raiden with the Grim FDH. Oh yeah, yeah. I bet that is, dude. V8's got everybody on the freaking Raiden train. It's a slick looking mod, my dude. By the way, I'm still on oh yeah, the powdered lemon. Oh, Patrick, I forgot. I forgot to get the chamomile tea. It's a new staple. I'll get back out to the store and get some. It sounds really good. Uh, let's see. Duchess is here. Duchess is up. Finished dinner. Grim says the guy in the beanie took me down. That's awesome. Every time a new live comes on my phone, tries to connect to my TV. Hey, I know a couple people have watched the stream on the TV. Let's see. Just everybody saying hello to each other. I've had a couple people tell me that Sacred Seal smells like kettle corn. Interesting, interesting. I can see that if it has any acetylpyrazine in it. That's a common off note. Just Josh says I'm a nurse on night shift here in the UK, and it's dead. No pun intended. Oh, I hope not. Well, welcome. What shout out to the UK. UK peeps tuning in. I know we got a couple on the replay crew, and some even further out. Yeah, much love to my replay crew. Dusty, I know he comments every week. Sometimes I hear from Slater in the comments, replay crew. Appreciate you guys just as much as everybody who shows up for the live. Hope you're all doing well. Oh no, LT, I'm so sorry. Yeah, dude, is that for real? Um, Patrick's doing well, actually, but dude, that's awesome. Yo, Chris Collins. Much like your setups, got colors for everything. Oh, and yo, I was wondering where that was. That goes all the way back to 2021. I told Chris, if you write it like that, I'm gonna read it like that. Haven't missed a beat. Chris, my dude, we are going to be playing around with the stuff. And shout out to Chris. He sent like a package to me. I picked up a third broken Addy off of him, and he had been hanging on to some Citadel accessories. The Citadel, one of my longtime standing favorite single coil squonk Addies, and he sent me some extra caps he'd been hanging on to. These really rad drip tips we'll talk about later. Um, I finally got a DL cap for my broken Addy with that third broken Addy, so might as well let you guys what I'm vaping on. We got that Billy Club, except we switched. I had been having the clear cap on here. This is the direct lung broken Addy cap, and it looks sexy in all black, man. And it's really a huge difference. Still got the cherry bomb in there. I didn't even up my wattage. I just swapped the cap out. And believe it or not, I actually have the Great Dip and my Crunchberry Shake mixed together in here. They actually pair together really well. Obviously, they're both Crunchberry liquids, so that makes sense. Way cloudier, way more airflow, still freaking banging flavor. Uh, Duchess says, Cottonmouth means you need more water in your life. Yeah, don't forget to hydrate. Just Josh says, yeah, usually in Grim streams. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Mostly on replay. Chris says, candied orange slice. Oh, yeah, candied orange slices. Don't touch my titty boos. Pet the gummy orange slices. You know what? That's that's a rad idea for a liquid. I've done like gummy other flavors, but not like a gummy orange. And speaking of like new liquid ideas, last week for you guys that were here, we mixed up a pineapple, meringue, a pineapple meringue in memory of my buddy Shane, who passed away 5 years ago. And I was mistaken. The pineapple cheesecake that I said that was vaping, that was helping him cut down the amount of cloves that he was smoking, that is still on the menu. It's just called the Pinnacle now. But we've got a full week steep on the pineapple meringue now. I switched it over to the nitrous Grim Army Hexome. We're gonna have a purple Bonza Pro coming for this setup soon. But man, this is crushing it right now. Got a Twisted Timmy's Alien V1 in there. Tastes just like pineapple and meringue. Could use a little bit more thickness, I think, and maybe like a crust note. I had mentioned the possibility of adding that last week. I think we might add some crust. LT said I was fired by Jason Vapes this morning. Oh, then he hired me back this afternoon. Okay. So corporate Jason laid down the hammer. Dang. Brutal. LT says I'm actually self-employed. Okay. Was worried there for a second. LT said, VA said, LT, I was going to say how bad you got to mess up to fire yourself. Yeah. You got fired on your day off? Thank goodness wasn't actual financials. Yeah, true that, Duchess. Patrick says, I pushed myself till I was burnout. Hey, been there. J Money says, I'm so disappointed in USPS and UPS. Stuff hasn't moved since Thursday. Yeah, so unpredictable, dude. Hopefully, whatever you're waiting for comes soon. Thanks for the love, Duchess, says LT. They said, fuck Texas. They did. That often happens sometimes when I send stuff to J Money, they say fuck Texas. Ben says I'm still on the rule breaker billet and the EDC. Probably gonna set up some old shit tonight. Yeah, guys, if you guys are setting anything up, wicking it and kicking it along with me, uh, shoot me a message of whatever you set up, and I won't. I can't put it on screen here, but I'll pull it up on my phone and show it. Um, well, I mean, I can probably, but I just haven't figured out to make sure that I can safely yet. I know if I open Discord while I'm streaming, Discord just like completely takes over everything. So that's the concern there. But they always do, Duchess. Sounds about right for Texas. Kerplop, dude, I just found a live Steve-O. Dude, Kerplop, welcome. Welcome, my man. Happy to have you. Just Josh says I'm a daily squirter and custard man. Dude, I love me some custards. Right on. Paul says, got to see those horses at the farm I work at today. Horses are awesome animals. They're cool, man. I used to date a girl who rode, like, what do they call it? Equestrian. Um, daily squirter, I should call her. Yeah, I knew it. I knew V8 would say that. Yeah, and the new Gulf of America. Is that a thing? Has that happened? Um, I don't know. We don't need to get into it. Ben said they are basically big dogs, Paul. David Nance, hey guys, 105 days clean today. Love you all in yo-yo. Hell yeah, David Nance. Every week, guys, David Nance checks in how many days he has clean, and it's just so inspiring. And it just gives me hope, man. People are still out here doing the thing. And I love it. Appreciate you, man. Checking in. Keep kicking ass. Spot on Ben, says Paul. Fuck yeah, David. Tim T-Bold is here, says Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo, I'm a man. Buffalo are one of my favorite animals also. Buffalo are cool. Duchess says vaping she's got a peach cobbler. Been a minute since I've had it. Dude, peach cobbler sounds rad right now. Buffalo is my favorite wings and city. Yeah, Buffalo is where you live, I would imagine. Favorite football team too, who should have been in that Super Bowl last night. might have been a little bit less one-sided. Paul, I could rant, but I won't. I boycotted the Super Bowl last night. I did not watch. Uh, Paul says, I can't believe the Nightmare RTA has a stainless steel insert. Yay! Yeah, yeah. I had a feeling people were gonna mention that. Hippo is late as fuck. I apologize, dude. No need to apologize. Happy to see ya. He says, good evening, folks. Ben says we had buffalo on our farm when I was just younger, Paul. Pretty far, pretty from far away, but I wouldn't recommend getting close. They can be mean as fuck. I could bet, dude. They're intimidating animals, man, for sure. Hungry Hippo, did it happen today? Did what happen? Let us know if it did. Hell yeah, Duchess, I'm down for some B dubs. Yeah, dude. Uh, pretty good stuff. But last time I took my family there, it was so damn expensive for 5 of us. Yeah, yeah. You got to go on Tuesdays. You got to go on Tuesdays. I have several broken addies, expecting a new mech squonker from Broken Home this week. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I've got three broken addies. I've got clear caps for it, Altum caps for it, and now a DL cap. Uh, I have supported Alex quite a bit in the last couple years. I got the Broken Hussar. I got the Ember Addy. I just picked up an Altum cap for my Ember Addy, which I was going to set that up on something. Actually, I was going to put it on this mod with an Altum colored bottle, and then you'd have Altum cap. But when Chris sent me this drip tip for the Citadel, we had to pivot, and you guys will see later. Um, hell yeah, dude. It's my favorite. The Broken Addy is my favorite for sure. Um, for a restricted direct lung anyway. You're gonna like that Bonza Pro, yo, dude. I hope so. I don't see any reason why. I've heard a couple people compare it to the Asgard Mini, which I like. Phrasing, I think, compared it to the Asgard Mini. So I'm excited. However, Bogan and his family were not feeling well last week, so a little delay on those headed out. So when it comes, we'll build it here and we'll have some fun with it. It's gonna go on that Hexome for sure, though. I drove all the way to Atlanta for closing to find out that the roof needs an inspection first and moved closing to Saturday. Dude, that sucks, man. I mean, at least that's getting taken care of, though, right? And it's not too far away. B Dubs is gross. Besides, why would I go there when? Yeah, if you live in Buffalo, you have options. I don't. B Dubs has some good sauces. Um, and I mean, I used to meet friends there that I worked with on Sundays when we did a fantasy football league together. It was just a place to get together for the early games and talk shit while our fantasy teams were running. Um, it's they don't have the worst wings in the world. I like some of their sauces though. But I feel you, Duchess. Well, if you can go to Duff's, if you are in Buffalo, you gotta go to Duff's. Don't even go to the original Anchor Bar. Just go right to Duff's, dude. Trust me. Duchess will agree. Um, I got my delivery from Juan. Is 3 days a record? Could be. Hola, senor. Wherever you go, there you are. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, Isig Juan. That's right. LT gets her stuff, Callie, in 3 days. Meanwhile, I'm at 4 days and stuff hasn't moved. That's the nature of it, man. I don't know why. Paul says, Ohio, the place that tries to copy everywhere else's food. This is true. First Show says, man, USPS sucks for shipping. I get so damn nervous when sending out sauces. When is teleportation going to be a thing? Yeah, dude. Mine came pretty quick. And also, let me just say, even just with some freaking nuggets and some tots, man, that peach is so delicious. The peanut butter bourbon is sitting in there, and especially when it's cold, I love how much thicker it gets. And I was thinking, and I know we talked about like some chicken leg quarters might be the easiest thing to do, but I was almost thinking maybe some spare ribs or a pork tenderloin. Something about pork. I don't have the ability to do ribs properly. Spare ribs though I could do those in the oven, could slow cook them, um, or a tenderloin. I might be able to borrow my mom's slow cooker or something, do like a tenderloin. Just something about some nice tender pork sounds like it would be perfect for the peanut butter bourbon barbecue, man. Patrick says I just set up a glass of hot lemonade and chamomile. Hell yeah, dude. I do gotta try that, man. Uh, especially like to wind down at the end of an evening. Need some TPA dragon fruit so I can clone milk of the poppy, says Hungry Hippo. Grounded D8. Damn, hella mods. Grounded DB. Welcome, welcome. David says thank you, Stevo. Gonna send you a DM real quick. Mao is running his grape slush mix through the slim piece set up so graciously bestowed upon me by the one and only V8 DB. Hell yeah, dude. That's a freaking rad setup. Safety in numbers, Grounded. Grounded says, but you wasn't. Let's go, Eagle. Yeah, yeah. It is what it is at this point, man. Um, Duchess, let's see. What do you use for pie crust? I want to create blackberry cobbler with ice cream. It depends on what kind of crust you want. Regular crust, I like one-on-one pie crust. If you're talking about flavorings, yep. Kriplop says one-on-one pie crust is the way to go. Grounded says what I gotta do to be a mod. I need backup. Uh, the wrenching. We uh we usually drop wrenches on everybody, and then like a few people have regular wrenches. I gotta I'm like way behind on chat, but usually like when people show up a couple times in a row and I'm not like super behind, I'll go in and I'll well, the wrenching happens, and we got a few people that do not have them. I just liked everybody to have them because especially we talk DIY and other stuff, and then people have the ability to share links and stuff. We'll see if we can get to the wrenching tonight. How do I order? What I'm really here for? Order. Um, does anybody have the link handy for me, Mao? Maybe you can drop it in the chat. Um, but if you search JMW Premium on Facebook, you could find the group. But or Mao's Discord. Mao also has a Discord too. Don't forget about Mao. He's got tasty stuff as well. There's a link in there. But one of you guys, I don't care. Just drop the link in the chat. Should be fine. Um, Hippo's working on a chocolate covered strawberry. Hell yeah. Need my Flavel Jungle order to deliver though. 10 days. Wait. Oh wow, that's a long time. Duchess says, "Oh, that's interesting. I already have chocolate covered strawberries." Duchess, you got a lot of stuff, man. I gotta pick your brain on some of those. I'll have to take a look at it. I want to submit a recipe next week for the Valentine's thing. Oh yeah, yeah, Valentine's. What I do last year Valentine's, I did like a chocolate covered caramel marshmallow. First thought was cordial cherry, but I have no cherry flavors. Yeah, cherries are tough, man. Canadian Vapor. Evening, all you sexy bitches. Guys, we got like a record number of people in here tonight. I might have to start flying through some of these comments. You guys know I always try to read as many as I can because it's what keeps the show going. But holy moly, we're like at a record number tonight. Love you guys for that. Agree, Duff's is better than Anchor Bar? Hell yeah, Duchess. Paul says I've been to Hooters before. Yeah, it's a good place. Um, I was conceived at Hooters, said Jason Vapes. QHB says had to rewick real quick, busted into my secret stash, transistor, basic be butterscotch bourbon. Sounds delicious. Canadian Vapor says, Paul, I'm headed up north for 4 days. Fishing, ice fishing, right? If you wanted to come up, you're in Ohio, right? Hell yeah. 4 days ice fishing. Sounds awesome. Strode says it will go really well with either my grandfather starts them in the pressure cooker and finishes them in the oven with barbecue so they are crispy but super tender. Hell yeah. Vaping, Hippo's vaping an Asgard Mini 2 on the Aegis 3 with some Blueberry Hill. J Money says anyone but the Chiefs. Yeah. Paul says, right by the river, down by the river, across from me. Thursday, tell you Thursday about the flavors I use, said Duchess. Hell yeah, thank you, man. Mao Mix and Root. Hell yeah, dude. Guys, last week, like I would still be vaping it if I still had it. I almost let some people talk me out of tasting the double barrel Mao's freaking root beer barrel candies. I freaking that setup, everything just came together so perfectly. The old school recurve RDA with that Mohawk alien. That Mohawks don't usually vape as good as it was. And the double barrel, dude. Thank you, Mao, for dropping the form. You could click that link. If you don't see the full drop down menu, click the pink tab that says "Welcome to JMW." The whole thing will drop down. Everything in the drop down is the most popular, more stuff, modern stuff, more recent stuff. But yeah, I chugged through that freaking double barrel in 2 days, gone, empty. Uh, Paul loves pie. Chris says the wrenching sounds pretty fun, dude. Yeah, we got to do it because Chris doesn't even have one. Let's see if we can kick over here. I like everybody to have them. Let's see. I don't know how far behind I am. The chat isn't even coming up. There we go. Boom, boom. We got there. We got there. Chris. Actually, Chris should be a managing moderator. There you go. We got a few of those. And I think we got everybody. There was 3 people that I saw. If I missed you, I'm sorry. We'll go back. Yeah. Neil says, order, I will have a ham sandwich, please. Hell yeah. Was kind of wondering with all these mods about 50 messages ago. I asked where to order and kind of got nowhere. Appreciate it. So I'll go elsewhere. Wait, what? Well, everybody is mods. I guess everybody being mods is kind of confusing if you're new. I apologize for that, but it's links right there. Basically because everybody's also DIYs as well, so everybody can share recipes together. But I apologize. Sometimes it takes a second to catch up the chat. Devon Cream plus your favorite strawberry is sold. Yeah, it's right there. Mao dropped it. Let's see. 30 people in. Yeah, dude, 31 now. Anyone catch the Grammys? I did not. 31 people, 13 likes. Fix that shit, yo! I still have some of Mao's root beer. Need to get more peanut butter. Yes, Hulk smashed that like button. It is what it is. I mean, I appreciate you being here. I apologize that, sometimes things take a couple minutes. But the link is there. Mao Kai dropped it just a few comments up from where you said that. So yeah, guys, Just Josh is working and working. So I got this tank thanks to Chris. I've been wanting like a good single coil tank for a while, and I was really surprised that he sent this to me because I thought he used it regularly, but I guess not. But it's a clone, and actually he sent me 2 of them, but only one glass, one stainless and one black. We're going to set up the black, but I'm going to kind of show you guys around the stainless one. And the reason is because it has a lot of moving parts. You know what I mean? It has a lot of moving parts. Um, and uh, I just finally kind of got the black one like set up to where I, have it figured out. And I don't want to take it all apart, but I do want to show you how, like, the inner workings of it, because it's a really cool tank. So we're gonna go around on the stainless one. Since it doesn't have the glass on it, kind of show you the parts. Then we're gonna drop a coil into it. Um, it's a clone of the GKI um what's a Skyline R RTA. And yeah, and I know anybody who has one of these, like the authentic one, absolutely loves it. I'm excited for this because if I like it, I'm definitely gonna go out and probably seek out an authentic one. Not that they're easy to find, but hey. Chris says the one glass was me not watching a video before I tried to disassemble it. You remember what happened with the Steam Tuners kit for the? Yeah, I do. But still, it's cool to be able to swap back and forth. Duchess said, I want some carne asada with pico and guacamole. Hell yeah! But yeah, let's get our shot set up, and we'll start going over this thing because it's really freaking rad. Um, oh, I say shot set up like it's like that much, but I do have to play around a little bit with some focus. Maybe we'll zoom in a touch. Focus. Uh, there we go. So yeah, obviously there's normally glass on there. I might have to put it. Uh, hello, Amy. Hello. Um, on a mod to get that off. But like the reason why I didn't want to take the black one apart is because this cap has like 3 parts, and when it's all set up, you can just um, thread off the ring. I'll show you with the black one. You can just thread off the ring and pop it off, but you have this piece that unscrews, and this piece you actually turn to control your juice flow control. But this thing comes off, and I find it weird because the stainless steel one has an extra O-ring that the black one doesn't. Then this ring and the O-ring makes it a little more difficult to twist. This ring comes off, and then this pops out too. Boom. And then that's your juice fill ports. You know what I mean? And the way that I have the black one set up, I can just twist this. All 3 of those pop off so I can fill the tank. But then you've got, let's put it on the mod and I'll kind of show you if I can get it right. When you get it on here and you turn the airflow, you'll notice on one side when the airflow, one side of the airflows, it has a little notch right here, right? It has a little notch on the inside there, and then there's a line on the outside. You have to line those up. Line those up, and it's hard. It's hard to do when it's all dry and shit. Let's see. I thought putting it on the mod would help, but it didn't. Anyway, when you line those up, I'll get it. That's how you pop off the whole tank section. Come on. Bam. Tank section pops off. There's your barrel. The barrel is a separate piece as well. And then there's your deck. The Authentics are freaking amazing because they're all freaking hand polished. This is all one big, amazingly machined freaking piece on the Authentics. But, and then there's your deck. This one in particular has a more MTL type of airflow insert in it. 2-post, and then you've got these little air discs things. They call them air discs, where you slide those out and you can change them over. Now, I've got every single size of air disc here because that's what those come with. But if you're looking for an authentic, when they originally sold them brand new, you only got your choice of one, and then extras were like extra. You know what I mean? But the black one has the most wide open airflow on this one. Let's see, an automotive engineer designed that. I'll bet. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think that's correct. Some of the design on this, I remember watching Todd's video, and he said that some of the design, what in the overcomplicated hell? Yeah, bro, that's worse than the Rose 3, says V8. But yeah, there was inspiration from automobile design that went into this tank. I can't remember the specifics, but yeah. Mine's cirrhotic, won't grow back. LT says, I want to cry watching Steve-O struggle with this RTA. Hey. I was going to play around with it more and get some practice with it, but actually Grim said, but that's all the fun. Fiddle with it, and then people can laugh at you and cry with you. I said, why not? Jared Thompson, what's up, dude? Good to see you, my man. We're just hanging out. Yo, Jared, I really need to hit you up for some cherry bombs, my man. I'm running pretty low. Sometime this week I'll hit you in PMs. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Jared is the man behind the fabulous pendulum coils. Absolutely love everything that he does. Guys, go check out Pendulum Coils if you're not a member of the Facebook group already. Get you some stuff off the Crackle menu. You will not be sorry. Need torque scrubs? Said B8. Darren is here. It's shaped triangular like my RX-7. Hell yeah. Chris says, I believe the posts are based on a rotary engine. Okay. My liver has been bad and must be punished, said Kerplop. That's this is, yeah, that's some Wankel engine shit right there. Yeah. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is set these aside. And we're gonna do 2 builds tonight. I've got a mech burrow coil from Jared that's actually gonna go into an RDA tonight. But first, we're gonna do this Twisted Timmy's mech burrow Clapton, which I actually added a wrap to, so the so the leads are facing one way, and put a little index in it to make it easier to install. And we're gonna install that in here because while I thought it might be a little bit low of a build for this tank because it's like an RDL, I wanted to make sure that it was going to perform well on a mech because we're going to put this on the Snowcat mod step. So let's see here. I think we're good there. And this one should be ready to go. Yeah, this one's already turning good for me because I've been messing with it. So we can pop that off. Boom. Like I had this one all set up to be much more easy. We don't have to fiddle with that one as much. I probably should have done the same for the stainless, but I thought about showing around that one last minute actually. Just put the pendulum coil in my Reload S yesterday, said V8. Nice and crackly. Hell yeah, dude. I hate Allen grubs. Yeah. Paul says, hey, struggles are just a learning experience. Yeah, that's true. They're better than flatheads. Well, now that I have some tools, there it's much easier. I am, for convenience, gonna just use this because that's all I need. This is the most wide open airflow. I'm not sure of the exact size of it. I know it's like 1.5 millimeter wide. Maybe it's 2 millimeter wide by possibly 3 millimeter. I don't know. They're all like printed like on the bottom or on the back, but I can't see it. But this is the most wide open one, which is still going to be restricted. And actually, the holes are already open on this. So that should actually be fairly simple to install there. Let's see. Allen's our king, says Ben. Heck yeah, a full Chris setup, dude. Yeah, Chris sent me the step a couple years ago as well. I use it sparingly because I don't want to do anything stupid and break it. Duchess says flatheads are king. I prefer flatheads. Let's see. When mine finishes failing, my niece is giving me a piece of hers. Hell yeah. They say on the inserts, yeah, they do, but I can't get this one to pop out without a struggle, so we're just gonna leave it in there. Let's get this out. Should be real easy to just slide right in. That's why I indexed it, so we can just pop it on in there. Okay, I'm just gonna slide it in first and then we'll mess with it. And I'm sure there's gonna be a more ideal build for this, something a little higher resistance, but we'll see. So I do want that centered over the airflow, so I'm gonna pop that out just a touch. I'm gonna hold it in and then just kind of tighten it down. If it needs to go back a little bit, we'll go back with it. But I think that's going to be good right there. And we'll have to bend it down a tad. I haven't even wicked this thing a single time or tried it yet. So, and sometimes those are the funnest things when we're trying things for the first time together on the stream. I pretty much just literally I watched Todd's video on it, which I had seen before, like years ago, but that's pretty much all I did. 2 by 3.9, I believe, said Chris. Hell yeah. I hate shit tools, says Criplop. Yeah. The WIA drivers, my hex grubs. Yeah, I got a really cool kit sent to me from somebody really awesome. I don't know if they want to be revealed or not. But thank you to them. I cry when I struggle with my RTA, says LT. I wonder I was just having some PTSD. I gotcha. Yeah, so let's bring this down a little bit. Want it over that airflow. I don't want it like, I guess usually rule of thumb is the first time on something like this that has posts like that, I usually tend to line up the coil so the top of the coil is even with the top of the posts. And then I'll play with it from there on. If it needs to be lifted up next time I rewick, I'll do that. But I think we're going to try it placed right there. It's centered over the freaking airflow really nice. So we're going to rock it like that. Darren said I could listen to a good crackle. Time for me to clean my coil and change the cotton. Hell yeah, dude. That just says, Paul, those are drip area. I don't make an I-90 right now. Just going to slide it in a little bit, then mess with it. Steve-O. Yeah. Did I say that? That's perfect. Let's make sure that's tight. Chris said, I did the Todd method and snipped the top of the cotton off. Yeah, I'm going to do that too, I think. Paul says I'll grab some Duchess coils when I stop at Steel Valley. Hell yeah, dude. You know the Steel Valley has some awesome breeze tones. They do, but they're the only place that carries Duchess coils. I want me some Dutchy hexomalians. Let's see. Yeah, 0.16 post fire. We're going to bring this down to about 15 watts. Doesn't need a whole lot of heat. That even might be a bit much, but let's see here. Whoa. Let's bring it down. It's a little bit more. That one side seems like it wants to fire up super duper fast, and give it a little scrapey. There we go. These coils are very, very small and delicate. They don't really need a ton of heat to get started. I even think on the packaging, Timmy recommends start them at 10 watts. Now that I recall, I'm gonna go up a few watts though. There we go. And I'm gonna reread it. 0.23. That's right around where I expected it. .23. Bam. And let's go up to 20 just to make sure there's no hot spots. I doubt there are. It's a Timmy Clapton. And 25. Yeah, boom, we're good. We're good. We're gonna get some cotton in this sucker. Like Tim, or not, I'm sorry, Chris had mentioned the cutting the cotton at an angle trick. We're gonna try that. Duchess stole my wrench. Oh no, Darren, you don't have one, do you? Darn it. Darren, you're here all the time. We need to get you one. I totally misunderstood what that guy was saying earlier about the mods. And that's my bad. Where are you? There you are. Like I thought he was asking about the moderators because usually people ask about getting wrenches and stuff and why everybody has wrenches. I kind of feel bad. That's like the second time in the last few months that's happened. Let's see. I used it at 25 watts. I bet a cherry bomb 2.5. Yeah, it would, but like I need more cherry bombs before putting a cherry bomb in there because I got to rebuild 2 broken addies and I've got 2 left. Give it a squeeze while it's hot. Put that coil together. Yeah. No, it's together. It's in there. You never hit me up for coils, Darren. I think the next RTA I'm grabbing is the Beast RTA. Just so dang expensive. Yeah. 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 It is. It is 230. Yep. I don't cut or thin the cotton on my clone Skyline. It wicks good. Oh, no kidding. Neil, welcome, dude. We got our FDH wicks. It just seemed like I have a tendency to like under or overwick, oftentimes overwick RTAs on their first go around. So I thought I would just kind of snip it the way that Todd did it. But that's good to know. I'm going to peel off a little bit of this cotton here because it's a tad thin or a tad thick for my liking. It's almost perfect, but I need the Nightmare RTA, says Duchess. It's very, very similar to most top-down airflow RTAs, except it's, like the Arbiter V2, the Blaze. Paul says my Vandy vape needs to change the glue they use for magnets. Yeah, I want to see a good review for the Nightmare RTA. Jimmy VV has done one so far. Vaping with Vic has done one so far. Jared just got the Nightmare RTA. Awesome, dude. There we go. Bam. I know. We'll cut there. And we'll cut there, just outside the deck to start with. I kind of want to give this a little, like a little fluff up. Boom, 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 like this. Like fluff it out like that. And then kind of cut these tops off. It didn't really work out as planned. I don't do this angle cut thing very often, as you can tell. Bam. Bam. Yeah. People got a lot more experience with this than I do. This one kind of cut kind of funky. There we go. That's kind of angle cut. We'll do that. We'll go with that. I love my Nightmare V2 Mini, says Amy. It's awesome flavor. Hell yeah. Chris says I still got stags from you and my 25 and 28 nightmares. There is a stag, a 2-core stag in the Broken Addy that Chris sent me in that deck, all the way back from the first coil samples that Jared sent to Dan like 3 years ago, I want to say it was now. Jason Vapes had Super Bowl leftovers? Hell yeah. So let's see if I can wick this. There we go. Yeah, that's in there. And then you got those fluffy parts that I cut off kind of hanging off the top there. Now, I could see that being too much cotton trying to get into there. Or me still trying to stuff too much in there. I'm just historically not the best when it comes to these little wicking channels. And we'll catch up with comments in a bit. I think that's it. I think we're going to have to rock with that. It seems really nice and loose in there from cutting those tops off. So I think we'll be good. I'll kind of poke that in. And because this is a tank and it's like more of like an RDL or an open RDL, I wanted to try that new liquid in this tank. I thought it would be perfect for something like this. And it's the only of the gold leafs that I got that I did not try yet. It's the Versa, I think it's called. The pistachio RY4 flan. This is something that's a little bit out of my usual wheelhouse, guys. But shout out to Kaz, because he is a super rad dude. And yeah, this is, like I said, this is something a little different. Like, but I hear the RY4 is like way in the background. I did knuckle it, and it off the knuckle, it's delicious so far. Duchess says, I'm just concerned with the deck because they use the V2 and the Nightmare V2 is terrible. Yeah, I remember you hated the RDA. The Nightmare RTA looked like it will have good flavor with the condensed chamber it has. It does. Squonking any. QHP says, please excuse me, I'm starving. Haven't had breakfast or lunch. Have at it. The glue I use for magnets, see right there. Boom. That's why everybody's got a wrench. Thank you, Kerplop. Now says I should be making coils right now, but I'm hoping to hold out for the vlog or some so I can zone out. Yeah, I get that. Jason Vapes, I had a tuna sandwich with Miracle. Oh gosh, I'm not even reading the rest of that comment. Get out of here. Chris says if you get cotton in there and then fluff up the excess and trim it off. Yeah. Once you get it wet, that excess just kind of chills out. Clapton crackle is a little bit different than alien crackle. I think that'll work. Maybe kind of round this out to satisfy my OCD a little bit. And I hope that this goes well. Let's see. Like I said, I got to go around. I got to find that little mark. There's that mark on that side. And then there's one there. Where is it? There it is. So we put that on there. Bam. Then turn it so the airflow is open. We're going to close the juice flow. And now just twisting this ring, make it so you guys can actually see it. Just twisting this ring will bring that whole top up. Pop. There we go. Then we can fill it. That'll do to start. Nah, screw it. Let's fill it. Why not? If it leaks, it leaks. And you guys will learn from me what not to do. And then this has like a hexagon shape, so you got to make sure that it goes in there just right. Come on. Bam. Now I am going to wait to open the juice flow control. I'm going to bring the camera up and we're going to take a couple toots off of it. Then we're going to put it on the Mac. I'll catch up with your comments the best I can. The busier and busier the show gets, you may have to excuse. I might start missing some comments, but I know you guys understand. Let's see. Autofocus. All right. Let's see how this does. At 25 watts probably isn't going to be enough. But we're going to start it. We'll start at like 30. I'm sure that should be good. So the juice flow open. Getting some bubbles wanting to come out. Looks like it's dripping a little bit, but I think that's from saturating the coil. Getting some bubbles, slowly wanting to creep out. All right, now let's see. Let's get it on the step. It's not like super duper saturated, but it is what it is. So we got it on there. Open our airflow back up. There we go. And there she is, all set up on the step. A little bit more rowdy that way. Let's see how it does. Cheers. I think it's a little rowdy of a coil. But man, it's pretty tasty liquid though. I'm definitely getting pistachio. I do taste a bit of that RY4. Starting to get a little more saturated now. I think you're right though, Chris. I think a cherry bomb or even a firecracker, something a little more high ohm, more closer to that 0.3 range, might be a little more ideal. Vaping nice though. It's wicking. I'm getting bubbles. I just don't think I'm going to be able to chain vape it because it was a little bit rowdy of a coil choice. El Diablo is howling like Pacey. Oh man. Paul says I'll probably use Gorilla Glue. Chris says I still vote Fettermelon. Grim Green says F you. That sounds good. Yeah. Amy says the only RDA that I like to drip on is the Reload S Pro. See, I've been squonking with it, but I could see how it would be an awesome dripper. Does sound baller, Grim. Patient says you ate the tuna sandwich and your stomach said does not compute. Yeah. Hey Nick, love you, bud. Paul says I gotta remember to buy cock. A Grim Green Alien in my life. I want a mothership stag. Oh man, you're asking a whole lot there. That just says I want to. I wasn't being mean. I know he knows how to do them. Oh wait, I gotta plug my laptop in. Bam. Okay. Please, please, please watch the movie Y2K from last year. It's a hilarious horror movie with a funny twist. Flood City, Nebraska? No. Just that first little slurpy derp. Paul says it was great. The horses did good all winter. The colt is getting big, and the guy I work for has his new house built. I spent half the day. Oh, somehow everything. Oh, okay, we're good. What's the verdict, Papa Steve? It's pretty enjoyable, man. Dude, I think I have to spend a little more time dialing it in. Like, I think it's a little bit rowdy of a coil. It's definitely like vaporizing the liquid faster than what my wicking is keeping up. Like, it's wicking. I'm getting bubbles. If I wait a second and then hit it again, it's saturated again. This liquid is pretty tasty. I'm usually leery of anything that says RY4, but I think it's a little louder than I had thought that it might be. But it's got a really nice draw to it. I think the amount of airflow that I'm getting is perfect. I just need a little bit higher on coil. Um, uh, I I think it originally had a high ohm cherry bomb or firecracker. I can't remember. Yeah, it was reading like a point 0.5 something. It was like a point 0.5 at 25 watts, and it was amazing. See, if I had like a regulated mod that a little tank like this looked good on, we might have just stuck with it. Kriplop says mine is a .44 coil. It's running hot enough to set off your fire sprinkler. No kidding. Maybe I'll maybe we'll revisit it because um I do have to hit up Jared for some coils. Maybe we'll get a firecracker. Not a high ohm one, but something like more what Kriplop like something in the .4 range. I have like some .4 coils. Um Like, I almost thought like a stag, like a little SFC, something not like even at like a point 0.3, it's not gonna be quite as rowdy, might be good in here also. So, first impressions, it's a fantastic tank, I just don't think I built it correctly. And I don't think I'm getting the full nuance of the liquid. Um I am like when the hits are more saturated, but like as I'm like taking a longer draw, it's starting to dry out a little bit, and that's on me. That's user error. So this won't be the last you'll see of this. Obviously, as I get more experience with it, it'll be less of a crapshoot, to build on the stream. Darren says, "Look at that! I got a wrench, and Grim doesn't." Well, I didn't see Grim. The skyline will plow through juice well, at least when we were doing it. The skyline will plow through juice when using it in RDL mode. Mouse says I can vouch. He's still putting off indulgence, but I don't think it's the RY4. He says it's in about it's everything. Now, this is the type of device I think uh, I needed for something like the indulgence. What it's like a mint coffee, um, a mint coffee. Yeah, Jared does need one actually. Um, we'll hit everybody. The wrenching. Uh, we gotta find them. Uh, oops. And, there he is. Uh, come on, hold on. There we go. I think we got everybody. All right, we're rocking. We're rocking and rolling. Yeah. My wicking definitely is not keeping up with that coil. But I think if it was less rowdy, it would have been wicked just fine. Mint chocolate latte cubano. See, yeah. Uh, like something like an RDL tank like this, definitely more ideal. When we get this more dialed in, Mao, we'll try the indulgence. Yeah, I just can't take those long draws, and that's how I was so um like focused on the fact that I was putting it on a mech, and I thought maybe I should go more like a point 0.35, point 0.4. I knew better, but I thought adding the extra wrap might bring this up more closer to like a 0.25, and it is what it is. You don't get them all right the first time. I think it needs more straws. Hippo shared a recipe. If anybody wants to take a look, see. Uh, just need a good wick thinning. Yeah, possibly. I fluked in on a live. Hello, Buster Bell. Welcome, dude. Good to see you. Uh, Duchess, what are you gonna mix? I just got SSA chocolate mousse in. Can't wait to mix something with it, dude. I still need that one. Patrick's gonna bounce Audi 5000 GS, dude. Patrick, I hope you have a freaking awesome night. We'll talk soon, buddy. You know, and the beauty of the way that this is, though, you can twist the tank off and pop it off. So if we have time, we could try to rewick it again or install another coil, because the way that this tank is designed, you can twist the tank off, pop it right out, and no liquid will leak out. So that's freaking rad. Like, you can get into it and mess around with it. Like, but I still think the coil choice was just poor. But right there, when I get a saturated puff of that liquid, it's really surprising me. Like, I'm getting full on pistachio nuttiness and like an RY4 exhale. I'm not quite exactly sure what flan tastes like, but I'm sure that's what fills out like the overall profile. Not sure yet, Darren. I did chocolate covered strawberries last year. I appreciate the constructive criticism, Duchess. I'll never mix better without it. Hell yeah, that's true. Kerplop dropped the recipe as well. Hell yeah. And we're gonna keep the nutty profiles going. I've got a little bit of PB and J cream left, and it should be just enough to wet it a coil and fill a squonk bottle, and then I'll mix more after the stream. I'm digging it though, man. It's been a while. I don't think I never really had like, and obviously I know that this is a clone, but like any type of RTA with like a high end design before. You know what I mean? I'm more of an RTA guy, and I will say that I have some options. Take a little sip of coffee. I did remember my coffee tonight, Hungry Hippo. Um, we have options from the depths of 2014. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry, guys. All right. So anyway, I wanted to look at what he had sent. Ben sent what he was working on. A freaking old school freaking mech setup. Hell yeah, dude. I don't know what that RDA or that mech is, but He said straight out of 2014. RJ Mods Tube and a Mad Hatter RDA. There we go. I can read. Thanks for sharing that, Ben. So we have some options, and these are the drip tips I was talking about. They're freaking super cool. They're made specifically for like the Hadley and the Citadel. That's what this is right here. And I was thinking about possibly swapping the coil out of this one. This actually has a more of a regulated device type of build in it. But the other Citadel, it needs a refresher. Um, so we also have the black Citadel, and this is more of like a teal kind of turquoise type of color, and that's going to match a different um, uh, a different mod. And these are real cool. They're actually made to go on the top of that ridge, and then there's like that little thing on the inside there that goes in. So it goes over the ridge rather than your typical 510 that just, pops in there. Um, and it gives you more of a thicker drip tip type of style, a little bit more beefy of a drip tip to put your lips on. And actually, I did not expect it to change the whole vape experience the way that it does. Right. Um, but it does. And the really cool thing is if you can look on the inside here, it's kind of like a cone shape. All right. It's got like that little bit of a cone shape there. And it cones down into where the Ultim chamber reducer goes up to the top of the deck. So like, and your regular 510 meets that hole there exactly. I know a lot of people will say that they don't think that this thing does anything, but for me personally, I think it does make a little bit more. It makes a little bit of a difference. It does allow you to be able to close off down to one airflow if you really want to condense it. You can't do that without the reducer blocking off these sides here. But I'm going to take this coil out and we're going to install that pendulum coil. Um, but yeah, it's cool because like that cone part literally goes right into the center of that hole. And when you got your cotton in there, the chamber is so condensed, there's literally nowhere for the vapor to go except for just straight up into your drip tip. So I am going to rock this out, get this coil out of here, and we're going to put a new one in. Let's see. There we go. And this is actually the clone deck. This is the authentic. And you can tell right away the authentic has flatheads. And I initially bought the clone because I broke this reducer. Chris was nice enough to send me an extra reducer also. So yeah, we're gonna rebuild this one. I'm gonna take this out and we'll get a freshie in there. Yeah, Chris said I sent you a reducer, right? I didn't forget it. Drip tips make a huge difference. They really do. And like the bore of the drip tip really, really changes the vape experience of pretty much any atomizer. And I never considered that before. A lot of talk about DIY. I love that, guys. About to lose y'all for a minute. Got to drive through the hollow. That one-on-one vanilla marshmallow was great. One second. Oop, oop. Come on. All right, let's see. So what I got here, these are like a 3 millimeter um, neck barrel build. But what happened was one of these coils I like lost on the floor, and like the cat was playing with it and it kind of got bent. So I actually straightened it all out and then rewrapped it as a 2.5 millimeter. So it's usually like a 3 millimeter build, 4.5 wraps, but on a 2.5, we did 5.5 wraps. And you could see there's a little bit of like spacing in the and that's from me having to rewrap it. But I think I did pretty decent actually getting that redone. Let's see if we can. Not the best in the world, but we salvaged the coil that was otherwise gonna be garbage. You know what I mean? Um, so let's get this installed. Usually you can do 3 millimeter in the Citadel most of the time, but lately I've been wanting to put like 2.5 millimeters in there. And what I do for the Citadel is especially, I mean, if you got posts for any coil that's wrapped either way, you know what I mean? But I put them in belly down, so it gets it closer to the airflow. Um, let's see if we can get that centered. Yeah, it's really, hold on. Hold that down there. Now we're cooking with gas. There we go. Get out of there. Oh, wait, I missed it. It didn't catch it. If my finger wasn't in the way, you probably would have been able to see that. But let's see. There we go. That should be able to get it. We got it. Yeah, I don't like that. It's not like holding. Let's try again. It's not. It wasn't like holding down on it completely. So what I want to do is I want to push that in and then make sure it's clamped down better. Bam. Yeah, there we go. Make sure we got it good on that side. Of course, it pulled the coil that way. So I want to see if I can pull it back, get it more centered. Yeah, there we go. And then what I usually do, I'll just use this, is I want it pushed down just a little bit more. Yo, TJ, good to see you, dude. I'll take something and kind of press down on it from the top just to get it to kind of push down just a little bit. I want to be very light about it though, because I don't want to damage like the shape of the coil too much. Then I can get in there and straighten it out. And then when I look at it straight on, I want to see the bottom of that coil just dipping below the deck a little bit. And that actually should be pretty good. It doesn't always look the prettiest. Sometimes when from pressing down on it like that, but it vapes fantastic once you get it in there. You want to make sure that it's low like that though, because I want the bottom, the way that the airflow comes in at an angle downwards, I want it not to all go completely under the coil. I want some of the airflow actually hitting the bottom of the coil. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. I could sit here and OCD it. And I really only have lead on one side to try to get rid of. I could have pre-clipped it, but let's make sure that these are tight. And I'll lift this up. Still need to get new freaking side cutters. Sticky moat. Get out of the way. Maybe kind of clean that up a little bit more. There we go. This is going to be getting a Delrin cap, so it's not as important, but I also don't want it to scratch it. All right, let's get some heat to this guy. There we go. She's in there. There we are. And we'll try to pinch those together a little bit more if we can. But if not, it's not the end of the world. Let's see, reread. Oh man, this is going to be a little higher ohm than I thought. Not by much, but like you know, minuscule amounts. I thought it was going to be a touch lower. Still going to be perfect. Bring our wattage down. And let's go. Let's pinch that together. There we go. Now, there we go. We're rocking and rolling. Let's reread. 0.21. It's going to come down. There is NI90 in these cores, I believe. So it's going to be more of a 0.2. I thought we were going to get like a 0.19. And it's still pretty darn close. There we go. Yes. Let's see. And this is why Jason Vapes can't lead the watching the vlog crew. Why is that? You guys talking about Jay? Jay is my cousin. I'm telling him you said that, VA. He might threaten you with his hydraulic press. Oh, man. What'd he say? Fuck the Jenna and the guy that made it. I've never tried a Jenna. I used to really want one back in the day, but never ended up getting one. LT said my mom got me a t-shirt, sarcasm served hot daily. It was perfect. Hell yeah. Chris says I could try, but I don't know if I could accomplish it. Just want to catch up on some of these. The only thing we haze is other people, Hippo. Yeah. As a new vapor, I tried giving every reviewer their fair chance. He didn't last long. I get that. His 5-foot failed circumcision looking can try to get me in his press. That's funny. I don't think V8 would fit in the press. Looking good, Steve. Thank you, TJ. I mean, everybody's got their own opinions. You know what I mean? I certainly have mine, but I'm also not going to go off on a rant. It just isn't going to do me any good. Jason Vapes is a snack, says LT. Bong clean for the dopamine dump? Hell yeah. Let's see. Let's get this. Actually, I want to turn the wattage up a little bit on that and glow it one last time. Make sure we're golden. All right, cool. Let's get her wicked up. Drama queen. Yeah. We don't need a lot of cotton. Pull that a little bit off, like we did the last time. And get her wicked up. Too many tools in the way. There we go. We cut our cotton a little longer than we needed it, but we can't be perfect. I'm going to have to try to build the Citadel like you do, Steve, one day and break out a reducer and give it a go. Yeah, that's another thing about pushing the coil down is making sure that you're not touching that reducer at all. Just kind of feathering this out a little bit because these scissors aren't as sharp as they once were and they crimp the ends. Doesn't really need to be like thinned out or anything like that. This side might be a touch long. There we go. It's not the Hadley Hippo, it's the Citadel. It's like the one, it came out, well, the Hadley was the first one, then they did the Entheon, then they did the Citadel. It was the last one that they did. Let's see. There we go. All right, there we are. We're all wicked up, all nice and poofy. And your wicks don't really need to be 100% perfect because if they're sitting up too high, they're just going to get smashed down by the reducer anyway. But I have OCD tendencies, so let's see if this sitting for a little bit is a little more saturated than the last time I hit it. Yeah. Too rowdy of a build for sure, guys. Too rowdy. I should have known better. If it wasn't for Hellvape, new vapors wouldn't have access to entry RDAs. That, yeah, I got. Yeah, I mean they do make a lot. If Duchess takes Jason's Hadley, let me know how much you want for your extra. Oh, all right. TJ's a serious question. What's the deal with Hellvape? It's not the first I've heard of them getting slammed. They screwed over people in the past, specifically Nick. Wicking up this cheese your guava jelly from Face Meat in a minute. Hell yeah, dude. Hippo says, I've not found the Grim group if I never picked up a Dead Rabbit 3. That's a good point. Let's get this juiced. This is the PB&J cream. Recently did a slight slight little tweak to this recipe that made me just fall in love with it all over again. I mean, this was an all-day vape of mine for so long. JMW Premium, PB&J Cream, a masterpiece in my opinion, from the day that it first came out. But after vaping it so long, I set it down for a while, and I recently wanted to experiment with it a bit. I flooded the deck. Oh well. And add just a touch more peanut butter to it and give it a little kick of sweetener. Not like a massive amount of sweetener, just a little boost. And it's a tad rougher on coils, but it was the improvement, just the tiniest little improvement that I was looking for that got me putting it right back into my daily rotation, um, way more often and more recently again. Let's pop that little guy on there. And actually, let's burn some of this liquid off real quick because I did flood the deck a bit. Yeah, it is 0.196. All right. So it was closer to a 0.19 than I thought it would be. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to untighten that first. So when I put this on, come on, that it actually spins off. I tightened it again on accident. My fingers are wet. There we go. I had a blue beauty ring on here originally, but I think I want to go black beauty ring and just the drip tip to match the mod. So we're going to pop this guy on. Bam. We're going to bring the camera out a touch. And we're going to break out this guy, the DMD Mods Puff Adder. It should already be set up. It's a top adjuster. It should already be set up in order to make connection. I'm going to test it first before I refill the squonk bottle. Let's see. Oh, very tight. Yep, we're rocking. And I always check this before I set it up completely because sometimes I think I fixed it. I think it was making connection, but it was a loose connection. There was liquid seeping down over time and it was getting liquid on the contact there and it was causing it to like not fire. But I think I fixed the issue. I think it was like in a state where it like was just barely making connections, so some liquid was seeping down after a while. And let's fill this squonk bottle up with the last of the PB&J cream. And I am going to make another bottle because we're going to keep on rocking it. This one has definitely got a beautiful steep on it, but it's still delicious right off the shake. So there we go. Get that in there. I knew I was going to do that. All right, now we'll get the bottle set in place. Our battery back in. Tight squeeze. Look at how tight of a squeeze that is. This is the smallest, like more basic box style squonker that I have. Oh, It's also got this little locking mechanism on there, which is cool because you can spin it, and then when you press the button, it doesn't make connection. But there she is, and it's a teal on the darker sides, but you can see those lighter blue accents, especially when they hit the light, and it pops and it matches that freaking mod beautifully. And it looks like there's little hints of black in there also, getting some crackle. The only thing I don't have, and I'm still gonna try to find a way to get one, is a black button. I actually want more than just a black button, but yeah, let's come up top and enjoy the hell out of this thing. Because like I said, I was vaping it was vaping great, but I could tell like that coil had just reached the end of its life, and any excuse to rebuild a Citadel on the stream, I'm gonna take it. And we'll catch up on the comments in a second, but reducer looked crooked. Did it? Let's check. It's on there. We're good. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Oh, that's so fucking good. Especially once it's steep. So that little bump of peanut butter paired with some grape jelly and a delicious like cream, like it's a very creamy, rich mouthfeel. I love this fucking liquid, man. One of my all-time favorites of from Dan on the JMW menu. And I just tweaked it a little bit, just an experiment, because I was craving just a little bit more peanut butter from it, and it just turned out fucking even better. And the Citadel has a reputation for being better for like fruitier beverage candy type of recipes because it just has a tendency to make those top notes sparkle a little bit more. But with the addition of this drip tip, especially because I've tried PB&J cream in the Citadel before, and it just presents so much more full and rich with this drip tip. There's something about this drip tip that took the RDA up another notch. And I just thought it was going to be a more comfortable drip tip, but no, it improves performance also. VA said, didn't VB just burn Tony B? They like ghosted him basically. Fuck any company that's willing to do that. Hell yeah. But says, I don't see the reason to be mad at them for what Heathen did though. He bounced on his own. I didn't know they screwed over Grim. I don't know the specifics of it, but yeah, they did. TJ says, I feel bad for liking the Dead Rabbit MTLV2 so much, but damn, it's a hell ass good tank. They do have some good freaking atomizers. I can't deny that. Chris says they haven't heard what VV did. They're like all like new ownership, all new management, all new like contacts, and they just stopped responding to Tony B. They screwed over Nick, Mike, Matt, and several other people, said Duchess. You can like it, TJ. You just have to say fuck hell vape under your breath at least once daily before vaping it. Tony is a funny motherfucker. He is, dude. Tony's a cool dude. He's a stand-up guy, says V8. He is. Lasagna time? Lasagna? Lasagna? Heck yeah, dude. Tony seems like such a weird dude. He's real as shit. V8 had an issue with O-rings on a Pulse RBA and just straight up sent me a couple new RBAs. Yeah. See, that was the thing. Tony lost contact, and he was an integral part of helping people get in contact with them for warranty coverages, and at least to speed up the process, if anything. But he's not able to get in contact with anybody anymore. He said the Dead Rabbit Pro is the worst thing I ever bought, said Darren. No kidding. I know a lot of people like that one. Should have used a Duchess coil. Kerplop said that drip tip is sick as tits, huh? Yeah, dude. And aesthetically, they this is the 9 millimeter tall one. This is it's Signature Tips. Signature Tips makes these, and they also make one that's 6.7 millimeters, so it's a little shorter. You know what I mean? And I think the shorter one would be a little more aesthetically, like proportionately cooler looking, but like how comfortable this is because of the height, and I don't lose any flavor. If anything, uh, I get a boost in flavor because the way that cone goes down uh, to a smaller bore. It's beautiful. I love it. Shout out again to Chris for hooking it up, man. Needs a chop top. Chop tops for life. I don't like chop tops. They're too low profile for me. Where's the drip tip? Yeah, it's Signature Tips. Signature Tips in the UK. Uh, now I'm gonna have to find me another drip tip. Dang. Now I feel bad because I didn't expect you to send me both. I asked for the purple one, but now this one matches this so perfect. Maybe I'll order more and we'll get it back to you. Cause dude, you sent way more stuff in that package than I even expected. Like, we got a Tita X to try out on another stream, maybe next week or the week after. Um, I don't use a lot of Burrow stuff, but hey, it's something new to build, something we can pop into the billet box and try out. You know what I mean? A lot of people like that one too. Darren says, I'm going to dig out my old Tsunami Reborn 2. Going to use Duchess coils, of course. Very nice. Heading back home, may I swear there's another deer on my road every day that gets hit by a car, says Paul. Damn. I used to live in an area like that. Love the Dead Rabbit Pro, said J Money. Ern says, deers are stupid. Dead Rabbit Pro is a cloud chaser, says Paul. Okay. See, I thought with the undercoil airflow, it would have had solid flavor too. Now I need to add a tip to my cart at Signature Tips. They have all kinds of cool tips. I wanted to try, they have these armor tips for the armor RDA. And I think they might also be the right, because they're proprietary. I was watching old videos from GK Vapes. If anybody remembers GK Vapes, he did a lot of squonk videos. And I think he said that those fit the one of the Flav RDAs, either the 22 or maybe even the 24, which I have the Evo 24 and the 22. It would be cool to get some drip tips. But they also make a 510 or an 810 adapter for the Flav Evo 24, and I just don't want to spend like $40 just for a little piece. I'll take your chop tops, Steve-O. I don't have any chop tops. I mostly have like 510 drip tips. I have Half Moon mods. Basically, they're apocalypse style drip tips, but they're like goon tips. Regular A10s. Yeah, that's mostly what I have, and then just whatever random drip tips that I've accumulated over the years. I couldn't believe when I ordered from Signature Tips, it got to Ohio in 3 days, says Paul. No kidding. J Money, want to trade for my Dead Rabbit Pro? There you go. Make some trades, dudes. Chris says, nah, bro, I'm glad you love them. Dude, I'm stoked. I did not. The fact that it matches so beautifully, too, like, whew, like I fully intended to put the Ember Addy with the Altum cap on there to match the button. But when I saw that this tip matched, I had to go for it. And the PB&J cream, dude, slaps so hard in here. It's also delicious in a series stack. It's delicious anyway. I just usually fruity liquids tend to pop more in the Citadel. Ern says I have a Destiny RTA that I used once. That was the first RTA I ever bought and tried. I sucked at wicking back then. I didn't wick tonight's RTA very well either, or maybe it's just the build, the low build, but could be both. I like my Dead Rabbit 3 RTA. Steven L. Good to see you, dude. F the company for sure. Hashtag just a tip. VA says I'm ordering the tactical lobotomy coil rods. Those are cool. Ern says anyone order the Vortex straight from THC, hoping I didn't screw up. I didn't want to wait 6 months. Thought they were in the States for some reason. Never ordered from them directly. They used to be super difficult to get their atomizers back in the day because they didn't have US distribution until like 2022 maybe yeah, somewhere around there. Neil says I thought Grimm and Hellvape worked things out. They did talk it out. They did. Or the Kennedy low pro tips, the smaller the better, says Ern. Those are super low. Is there any way to contact you? Can't stand chop tops or stubby tips. I got to be able to actually put my lips on a drip tip, dude. Want to see that tip on the Broken Addy? Where's the Broken Addy? I'll show you with the purple one. It does fit. You kind of got to like force it on there a little bit, but it does fit. Oh no, it didn't. It goes on there. Obviously, it's not matchy, but it fits. It fits on there. It fits on the basic 1.1, but it goes right up flush. It fits on there. Let's try it. Let's vape it. Obviously, it's not matchy, but oh yeah, dude, it works. It makes it look a little top heavy, but that's pretty fucking rad that it fits. Hell yeah, dude. That's freaking cool. Here you go. Let's real quick one more time. See if maybe we can get a little better focus on it for you, Chris. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, purple is slapping. Hell yeah. Yeah, and I mean, next we'll do this setup. I mean, I could leave the build that's in this one in it, and then the next time I want to run it on here instead, just swap the deck and the cap out and all that. But I run mechs more often. Lately, my Citadels have been both running on mech. Well, this is a technically MOSFET. Not technically, it is a MOSFET. And around a 0.18, 0.19 is the ideal build to run on a Luxotic. Looks like a badass yeah, it does. It does. QHB says, I'm going to be chilling. My tummy hurts. QHB, I hope you feel better. Kerplop, the Hadley had the post screws instead of the clamps, right? The Hadley has the clamps. The Hadley and the Antheon have the clamps. They moved to the post screws for the Citadel. J Money, I'm on Discord and Reddit. See ya, LT. LT, you out of here? Did I miss it? Did I miss you? Have a good night, LT. We'll see you soon. Talk to you soon. So yeah, it's 9:12. We got a few minutes. I started 10 minutes late. Otherwise, we might be at 9 o'clock right now. We might have been able to. It still wouldn't have been enough time. I'll play around with another build, even maybe just like your more standard, like burrow alien. You know, like your standard burrow aliens that come to like a 0.35 might have been a better choice for this, but it's definitely not doing justice as far as being able to fully explain the flavor profile of the pistachio RY4 flan, but I'm mostly getting it. It's just a little dry sometimes. Like right there was a saturated hit. Every time I hit it, I get a bubble. I also have a tendency to chain vape too fast. So we'll get something in there maybe through the week and then check back in next week with it. Because I want to be able to take like those more long drawn out pulls off of it. Um Cherry bomb probably would have been ideal. I didn't want to add the extra half a wrap to a cherry bomb when I knew I had broken addies to rebuild. Like my one broken addy, that cherry bomb has been in there for freaking 11 months. It's time. The Hadley I found was missing one screw and the clamps. Oh damn. Ernst says cheese your guava jelly is dang fine liquid. Kind of a bit floral for me so far, but it's tasty. It might. Is it fresh? It might need to steep. I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it. He's got that recipe public though, and I've been meaning to give it a shot. I'm missing one of the additives for it. Steve, you've been working on any new juice recipes? So a couple, yeah. Um, so there's been a running joke in chat that when Oz is able to pop in here, he's been joking around about a koala milk. Uh, uh, it's like it's a strawberry coconut milk. But I want to like try a couple different coconuts and play around with it a little bit more. But I really love the way that like the mouthfeel and like the silkiness and the smoothness of the milk is turning out. The strawberry is delicious. I'm just trying to find a bit more balance of the coconut. Um, then the redfish bluefish, which is like a mixed berry Swedish fish, and a couple other ideas. I really, really want to revisit this peanut butter cookie. I'm dying to get like um, a more like straight peanut butter um, type of liquid out there. Um, although obviously I love it with some jelly, but a really, really peanut buttery freaking cookie I'm craving, and I've been playing around with that a bit. Um, there's others that I can't quite recall. Um, that there, it's been very, very busy lately. So the amount of time that I have had to sit there and tweak things, like everything is basically still in like an unfinished phase. But those are like the main three that like I'm really the most adamant about. And like a just a plain blue raz. I've done like three different versions of blue raspberry. Um, and while they're tasty, they just still don't measure up to the OG Brazzle. The Brazzle, that's a blue raspberry lemonade slushy. It's just as far as our JMW freaking menu and blue razzes that I've had in general, it's the standard for me. You know what I mean? It's hard to top, and I'm not going to be able to like not compare blue raspberries to it. It's a trap, said Duchess. It's not worth it. He's from Texas. Stephen L says, hey, hey, hey now. It's been steeping for a few weeks. Oh, no kidding. That's interesting. I have a pretty good idea. There might be a floral note that you're picking up on from one of the concentrates in there, but everybody tastes things differently, you know. J Money's in Corpus. Ern says, okay, bong cleaning time. I forgot I busted last night. Oh, wow. The only good area is 904. I'm not sure where that is, but okay. Ern says, I'm down for a hella peanut butter cookie. Hell yeah, dude. Chris says, I got an idea for a juice for Steve, but I got to see if there's a peanut butter to me that doesn't taste like toast. Yeah. You know, I got a good track record of Chris suggesting flavor profiles and them turning out well. The um the Southside Pine, the pineapple soda, that was something that Chris was like, have you ever tried a pineapple lemonade before? And then I kind of tweaked that into a soda. That turned out great, like off the rip. The bloody mango was another Chris suggestion. And believe it or not, Crunchberry Shake was originally something I was hell bent on making a Crunchberry cheesecake, and I just could not get it right. For the life of me, I just could not get it right. The cheesecake just never matched up to the Crunchberry properly for me. And he said, well, you said you've been working on a milkshake base. Have you tried it as a milkshake? Boom. Crunchberry Shake was born. And it's been hella freaking successful. Neil says I had been working on a blueberry cake and a blueberry custard. The cake is working well, but the blueberry is a light weak. Keep working at it, man. You'll get it. Let's see. Miles said Brazil is king. Hell yeah, dude. It kind of like faded away for a while. And then all of a sudden, like a couple new people tried it and then just started hyping it up. And now it's just like flying out of here, man. People love that Brazil. Oh wow. Okay, let's see. All my family is from Taylor and Elgin area around Austin, says Steven. And says I still need a chocolate peanut butter strawberry smoothie liquid. Chocolate peanut butter strawberry smoothie. I tried doing strawberry versions. Like this is like peanut butter and grape jelly and ice cream, basically, right? Like the most simple way to describe it. And I tried, and I know Dan tried making strawberry versions of it. And as far as in vape form, and maybe I just haven't found the right strawberry yet. I just don't like the way that strawberry pairs with at least the peanut butter flavor concentrates that we have available to us on the market. I just don't like the way that they pair up as much as grape. You're asking for too much, Ern. Chris says I need to try Brazil. I love blue red stuff. Chris, you've never tried Brazil? Damn. Amy says I'm in Texas also. Oh no, yeah, wow, that's right. Let's see. Asking for a grape and yeah. J Money wants a grape and vanilla. I have a couple ideas because I think it would have to be like a vanilla taffy type of base. But other people I think have mentioned that they might have some ideas as well. But it's something it just when you hear it, it sounds awkward. But so you're close, J Money. But Strode says I can't mix e-liquids for shit, but all this talk has given me some ideas for a new sauce. Hell yeah, dude. I love to hear that. I'm gonna try next month. Unless it's yeah, it is. The OG Blue Raz Lemonade. Yep, it is. It's just called Brazzle. No, for short, basically. Whoa. Dean's taking pictures of the cat. He's been trying to get her sitting still all day. As I see now, never mind. But guys, we're getting close to that time. I want to say there is a record number of people in here tonight, so thank you everybody for popping in. Uh, I looked up at one point and there was like 34 people at the max, like peak of the stream. And we're almost at 9:30 and there's still 27 of you. Thank you so much everybody for freaking hanging in there with me tonight. We did not get the most successful results out of the skyline, but it looks hella freaking sexy on the step. That's for freaking sure. I'm gonna continue playing with it. I mean, the black with the black battery, that classic step. I love how it's aged and worn over time. I don't know. Chris would know. Was this already like distressed, like pre-distressed, or did it just all naturally wear this way? Because I love that look, man. It's so freaking slick, like a fine wine. It looks sexy. We just got to play with the build. Uh, live in 15 minutes from Duchess. That flash is getting me, man. 2+ years of mixing, says TJ. I've made maybe 3 or 4 recipes that are good. One shots and other recipes have been my friend. Whatever works for you, man, too. And like that's why like the wrenches became a thing in here, is because we always talk DIY, and so many people that hang out on the show DIY as well. And I wanted people I wanted people to be able to share their recipes. Um, took me a second to get that. TJ says, "Hey, you got a skyline?" I do. It's not authentic, but it's a skyline. Um, Chris sent it to me. We have a black and a stainless steel one. Just only one glass for it though. So I actually broke down the stainless steel one to kind of show off all the fiddly bits, and then that way I didn't have to mess with the black one too much before setting it up. But yeah, that's right. TJ, you're super into tanks, high end tanks and stuff. I helped some, Chris said. Okay, cool. If you want tips for it, let me know. I have 2. Oh, sick. Darren is my neighbor. Very cool. Duchess, I ain't knocking New York. I love the apple cider festivals in upstate. Yeah, my hometown where I went to high school in the suburbs, we had the apple festival every year. We don't live in up. Yeah, it's Western New York. Yeah, that's correct. Upstate is like, yeah, Albany. 0.5 to 0.6 of my skyline and run it between 23 and 26 watts. Yeah, I just maybe I'll look for more of a slick, like regulated mod that the a small RTA would look good on. But the thing was, I have the mech side by side, so I I leaned too far into the mech territory when I was picking my build. I love Steve's Hangout Day, all the cool dudes. Okay, even Duchess. J Money says, "Oh, I know Duchess. I'm just saying I love the fest. My cousin is actually in Albany. I go see him in November. Very, dude, you're gonna be in New York in November? We'll have to talk, dude. Indeed, sir. Love me some good tanks. Hell yeah. Back home, people drive slow. Oh, damn, you just made it home. It looks good on a shift. Yeah. I mean, the shift is definitely a mod that you know I've eyeballed several times, but I just don't use RTAs that much anymore. Steven just dropped a recipe, caramel covered apple. Grim says, "Dang, I dipped out for a walk, came back, and I'm a moderator now. Nice, dude. Yeah, it's kind of like, have you ever been to Legion's channel, where we just wrench everybody, and then the few people that need to be managing moderators are. But hell yeah, Grim. Welcome back. We're getting ready to close up hashtag Wrench Gang just because CMoose tends to go live down with OCD. Yeah, I'm crazy. Hell yeah. He can go live anytime starting from like 9:30 all the way up to almost 10 o'clock. So we do want to wrap up so we don't step over the dopamine dump. But if everybody still wants to hang out, if somebody can drop the link for CMoose's Twitch in the chat, you guys are usually pretty quick about that. We'll have to be a little quicker next time if somebody asks about the JMW form to drop the link. Keep an eye on it. That's my bad for being a little slow on it, but we'll keep an eye on that in the future also. Was just saying all the cool kids are here. They are, dude. You guys freaking rock. Duchess, that's exactly why you hate Texas. Thank you. Don't let it go to your head. Yeah. So yeah, he could start anytime from like 9:30. Last week he didn't start until almost 10. But hit that link and go hang. If everybody wants to still go hang out, I'll be heading over there to chill as well. Super super chill, freaking vibes over there. Always spreading positivity. Um, I love it. I freaking love it. It's kind of like we partnered to make freaking Mondays great again. You know what I mean? So, but he's been doing it on Twitch, and I originally didn't start it on Facebook just for the group. We didn't move to YouTube until early to 2024. But yeah, thank you guys for the hashtags. I like to throw them up on the screen. That's gonna do it for tonight. I also got to check in with the boy here. Grim said, "Too late. I'm the leader of the wrench crew now." Oh yeah, guys. Uh, we're gonna take it out with some clouds like we always do, guys. I appreciate the heck out of you. Uh, don't forget to check out the JMW Premium Facebook group. Trying to get it more active over there, but Facebook, it's inconsistent all around. But we will see you guys around all the other different streams and chats and whatnot throughout the week. I love you guys. Thank you, as always, for wicking it and kicking it with me. We are JMW. Peace.